Okay, here's another League of Legends game coming your way, this time as support. So this is Flex Q, I queued as Phil, and here we are. Compared to the stupidity I've seen today, this genuinely does not surprise me. So that might be the 1v5 Vayne this game. And unfortunately, that's not the first time I've seen that today. Hopefully it'll actually be that on the enemy team to offset the one I had earlier. Okay, Trist. They respond with Lee. TF. So let's grab Sona.
Only you can hear me, Sona.
Wrong
What
page.
masterpiece shall we play today?
Here we go. So to explain real quick, the build that I'm thinking about has so little defenses in it, the unyielding gives me next to nothing. So even though this is a crappy 2 points of health regen, I think you actually will get more from this than this with the build I go for. Believe it or not. Tough skin because there's a lot of auto attacks flying around the bot lane. Then you heal and shield, so you want that. And then this is so I can flash crescendo if need be. Sona gets extremely mana hungry. The meditation alone is not going to remedy things, but it will help considerably, so going for that. Now, Arcade Sona, because of the arcade event, we'll see if I can actually do some more of the events. I think there's only like a couple days left as of you seeing this, and since I don't play enough to actually do really anything with the tickets, I'm probably just going to cash them out for the Baron icon and call it a day. No extra loot, I'm afraid. So today is the first time I've saw Honor level 4. Just I was talking about it. So I don't know if those are really new or if it's just I haven't run into them. Don't really care. One on that side. He's running Ignite and Thunderlord, so he wants Wukong dead. So for mid lane, the whole thing about this matchup is can TF pull the gold card? If he can beat Katarina. If he cannot, Cat wins. They all have skins, we don't, so that means they win, unfortunately. Oh well, we tried. Trying to figure out who would actually benefit more from this late game. Since most AD carries run double crit, you actually don't have enough AD to get more out of it. Like, I'm kind of surprised, like, the Essence Reaver hasn't become more common. It's mainly seems to be restricted to AD casters, even though it is crit, it's AD, it's... I want to say it's more effective than just getting another Zeal item, but I don't really play AD carry enough to know. Well, to test it either. So anyway, coin is the be-all, end-all support item, hence we're grabbing it. And let's go over how Sona works. I'm also a little bit behind regarding this. So once I fire off the next one, I'll actually leave this platform. Okay, your passive is Power Chord. After casting 3 spells, your next basic attack deals bonus damage and has an additional effect based on the last song you activated. Q will deal bonus damage, W will inflict a damage reduction debuff on the enemy, and E is a slow. So interestingly enough, the slow and the debuff actually do skill with your AP. Q is Hymn of Valor. Active effect is you send out these 2 little energy beam things that hit 2 enemies. And then the melody effect, or your aura, is... Okay. Your aura effect is that the next auto attack from whoever's within your aura will deal a little bit bonus damage. Not really that much. I prefer the old Q, to be honest. W, this one is a buff. It heals you and one nearby ally, prioritizes the wounded ones it mentions, and the aura effect is a shield, so you can abuse Ardent Censer like no tomorrow with this. E is Song of Celerity. You give yourself movement speed, lasts up to 7 seconds or until damaged. Aura effect is if they can get within your aura, then they get movement speed for 3 seconds. Finally, your ult is Crescendo. Medium range linear skill shot. You stun the enemies, cause them to dance. They take damage, and it also has a passive to where it lowers the base cooldown on your other spells. So if you don't know, base cooldown is before your CDR is taken into account. So it'll reduce it by 10%, and then whatever your CDR is will reduce it even more. That does not count towards the cap or anything. So that means late game, Sona can chain a lot of songs together, I'll put it that way. Unfortunately, you don't really have the mana to face roll the keyboard, so just keep that in mind. So I ended up taking a minion, but I want to say it was worth half of Morg's health. Shoot the minion. So I'm not too worried about taking a lot of damage myself. I was hoping to do more to Vayne, but it doesn't matter. So there's the silver bolts. This is my mana regeneration.
From my mind to yours. First love.
And that is really good news. He has Ignite, so he has to walk back to lane. Gonna take E just in case we need to speed away from a gank. I'll go ahead and tank this so that I can grab the coin. I'd say it's worth 25 gold. And she's running Spell Thieves. Well, I guess the Spooky Ghost will help with her ult more than the coin's little effect. So that is 70 mana from Vayne. That is a crap load. That Condemn was not worth it by any stretch of the imagination.
Like a metronome. An ally has been slain.
A little sad to see TF win that lane. So my passive is primed. Can you get it, Trist? Was hoping to get another biscuit out of her, but oh well. Kind of surprised Lee hasn't made a cameo appearance just yet. I was afraid that would happen. I can't get it. I kind of wanted her to last hit it a little bit further out, but oh well. So duck into the brush to break minion aggro. Got Vayne's potion and another one of Morg's biscuits. Shit, I just cost her that one. Yeah, I don't know why she went back in.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Oh well. Would have been nice if I could have gotten an assist, but it doesn't matter.
An ally has been slain. With perfect tempo.
TF is getting a little out of control, though. So Trist is up because of the assist, even though they are equal in terms of CS. She would be higher, but I am messing a little bit with her with the Hymn of Valor.
Quarter time.
So now I get 40 gold a pop instead of the 25. That's going to be a mana coin.
Accelerated movement. I concur.
I probably should have waited till level 6 to actually place that there, since it come off cooldown a little bit more quickly.
An ally has been slain. Shut down. Enemy killing spree. From my mind to yours.
And she just killed herself again. Why the hell did she turn around? So Cat is finally answering his pressure.
A sublime duet.
So I'm rushing Ardent Censer since it's really, really strong, I'll put it that way. It's going to be even better with Shin since he does rely on auto attacks just like Trist. And apparently they didn't even need my help. Wasn't close enough for a coin to be generated there. There we go.
Quarter time. Shut down. With perfect tempo.
One thing that sucks about your W early is that it does not have any, well, any scaling to it really. It costs more mana than you actually heal for. Like, it's not even a 1-to-1 conversion.
An ally has been slain.
Okay, so that gives me the quest completion effect.
Been slain.
Couldn't get my Q off. But we definitely need Cat to step up, because TF is the only thing keeping Vayne in this game. And I should also mention, just due to how much he's ganking, you can see Vayne has a level lead. So if Cat can't do anything to punish him, she's probably going to cost us the game single-handedly.
An ally has been slain.
Didn't even notice that was First Blood Tower we just got.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Barely.
With perfect
Like, I'm trying to figure out what Trist is doing. Are we gonna stay here and wave clear, or... Okay, we got the black shield.
From my mind to yours.
We can see TF at the moment, even though that's what I'm kind of worried about walking away from.
Enemy killing spree. A sublime from my mind to yours.
Can I get the Censer real fast? It's 1500, damn it. Okay.
Quarter time. Delicately.
So from here we'll be doing a post-game commentary. In case you haven't guessed, I've pretty much lost all faith in Cat. So Wukong is porting in, which is kind of a recipe for disaster because they're not exactly that low. But you can see I get a 2-man crescendo on TF and Morg. And Vayne does go down, but we can't really get anything more than that, I'm afraid. So you can see Trist is alive with just a sliver of health, and for some reason Wukong is pinging her out, even though, like, trading him for Vayne, I'm not really sold on being a good trade. But anyway, for the next couple minutes, I'm afraid it might actually be a couple minutes, any mana I get is going to be put into a W, an Arya. And I'm going to try to keep Trist alive. Now the thing is, she's going to keep walking into those wild cards, so I'm basically like trying to stop a ship from sinking with a spoon. So right there you can see. But right now I'm just hoping, like, is a mana coin going to drop, because I could really use that right now. But then TF goes ahead and botches his red card, and down he goes. So I was really surprised when that happened, that he actually botched that badly, but yeah. Anyway, with the end of the laning phase, TF can't really gank us anymore because we're not going to be there. So we don't really have to worry about Cat sucking, which is the good news. But anyway, with the Ardent Censer now, I want to go ahead and get the Shirelias. So I grab the cloth armor just in case the Lee Sin jumps on me or something, because the Vayne, not really a problem. Lee, on the other hand, and Nasus, or... is this the Nasus game? Can't remember who Wukong is up against right now, but no, this isn't. So yeah, if you're curious about the Nasus one, that one... Tuesday. But yeah. Like, I don't know what it is, but I had Wukong in most of my games this weekend, and I don't know if someone played him recently in a tournament or something, and... yeah, there's a crapload of them. But anyway, right here I'm trying to ping the dragon, because if we can get this, Trist can melt towers even better than normal. So you can see Shin has come around, and now with my W I'm able to give both him and Trist attack speed as well as sustain. Couple that with the Shin W already, and hopefully you can see that he should be pretty safe. Unfortunately, it doesn't really help him with smutting or anything like that, but they can just go ahead and hop the wall, and yeah. So Morg goes down, I go ahead and help Cat get back in there, but when it comes to taking Vayne down, I have to do it myself. So Lee ended up going down to Shin. I get the assist off of that because of the attack speed I gave from the W, but it doesn't mean a damn thing when he gets gold carded under tower. Yeah. So you can see TF has his Banshees. I'm going to try periodically to pop that with my Q. Overall, it's a pretty low impact move that can disable his shield for a good period of time, and then we can try to hit him with something else while he's vulnerable. But anyway, when that was all said and done, I did get enough for the Shirelias, and right now I want to go for Redemption. That way I have a better heal. Like I said before, the W doesn't even give you enough mana, health relative to its mana cost. So Wind Speakers plus the Redemption boost, that makes it a little bit better. So keep in mind, had I not shown up, that should have been the end of Cat. So we're pinging Jarvan a bit. Unfortunately, he's going to reach the blast plant, and then he's gone. And unfortunately, this is one of those moments where I try to force something when I should probably just walk away. So I end up ulting the Lee Sin. I was trying to get more. I mean, we do get Jarvan in the end, but then the fight breaks out, we lose Trist. We do get Lee, but I mean, Trist was doing pretty solid, so I do have a fairly high opinion of her, and I don't really want to trade her needlessly, especially for a Jarvan. So TF goes down, we're all like on the cusp of death, and Wukong decides he wants to tank tower. Why? I have no clue. So right here I'm trying to give him a shield so he doesn't die here, but like I said, it's like trying to save a sinking ship with a spoon. Kinda wonder if I should make that the subtitle of this video or something. So right here I was kinda curious about my mana regen, because it's gonna go up in a second. So the Forbidden Idol, mana regen, CDR. And I don't really have enough gold, well, I don't have the inventory space either, so yeah. But anyway, I'm willing to part with the refillable potion once I have the redemption, because then I can just use its health regen. So, Shin kills Lee, dies to TF, and right here we're just looking for stuff on the map. Like I said, since we're not in lane or anything anymore, here I'm gonna die. Stupid spooky ghost cost me. So I do end up taking the Jarvan ult. That in turn allows Trist to go ahead and finish him off. And then she just does her hopscotch reset thing until the Dark Binding holds her down. And then she goes and commits suicide to Vayne. Like, I don't know if Riot has changed something recently, but it feels like the creep block problem is much, much worse than it used to be. I've been seeing a lot more, it's been happening to me a lot more. I don't know what exactly happened with the way the minions are coded. But anyway, right there I go ahead and grab the Bracer. So this gives me health regen, a little bit of extra health, and like I said, I'm not going to get a lot of defenses, so like every little bit of health I can get really does help. So right there I was trying to figure out, am I better off putting more points into the W? Do I need to put another one into the E? So keep in mind that gave Wukong a little bit of lifesteal, gave him attack speed, he just does one attack and bounces. Keep in mind it's not actually percentage lifesteal, it's actually a flat amount. That's the way the Censer works. Although after it gets nerfed, who knows what the future holds. So keep in mind they can tell that's the clone because the clone does not get the shield. And right here I'm kind of just looking for someone to play around. Which leads to an interesting death rush. And remember what I said about Vayne earlier. If you want her to go down, there's TF, there's Vayne. So I down her. Now I ult Jarvan. Trist goes in, I gave her the attack speed and the sustain, I use exhaust on Jarvan. I keep healing Trist, and then just the rapid fire stuff just keeps her alive. So just like that, she gets a pair of kills that she probably should not have gotten. She should have died, I want to say. But anyway, right here, this is a full Art and Censer abuse. I'm trying to give them all attack speed if they want to wail on this tower. Now here, I wasn't exactly sure how long it lasted. It actually does last 6 seconds, while the W lasts 4? Well, this cooldown is 4. So, I'm kind of wasting a little bit of time when I could have saved mana, is what I'm trying to get at. So right here I can go ahead and activate my E and we can make a quick getaway. You can see Cat is joining up with us. Like, it's kind of neat that I actually give them enough attack movement speed to where it looks like their home guard animation is kicking in. And then just like all the other times of using Art and Censer, give Wukong the on-hit sustain, shield, healing, yada yada yada. And that gives us a Cloud Dragon so we can move around the map more easily. But with all that said and done, we now have enough to finish our redemption. I can go ahead and grab Swifties. By now you can probably guess those are my favorite type of boots in the game, although there are situations where the Merc Treads and the Tabby are called for. Those are pretty much the only... well, I build Lucid boots on mid-laners too, so those are the 4 types of boots I build. I really, really hate Moby boots. So right here we're trying to bait them into a Baron play, so I'm dropping some wards so we can see what angle they're approaching from. That one up there is in case they try to duck into that brush to make a getaway. Unfortunately the Dustblade does reveal the wards. I didn't think it was going to last that long, but it kind of does. Here, Cat commits suicide, go figure. So in case you didn't see that, she took the Thunderlord's proc from the Tormented Soil. She goes down. Let's see, Wu is doing his spin thing. And right here I'm just trying to weaken Jarvan for Trist, and then give her the attack speed and hope she can defend herself. So 3-man crescendo. Fortunately TF did show up right there. This was a bit of a needless slash, but Trist will go ahead and get her quad. And now keep in mind, Wind Speakers does give a little bit of armor, so Wukong is gaining a little bit of protection here. But I'm still trying to heal him and everything. Unfortunately, I don't think you can actually hit that for healing, but I'll try. But anyway, double inhibitor down. In case you ever hear the term Raxine or Barracks, that's referring to Dota, where you take down those and then the super minions will form. Although in Dota it's the super creep. So going back to the drawing board, here is our Baron play. So just like with the dragon, I'm trying to protect Wukong while making sure they both get the attack speed and as a result the protection that comes with the Ardent Censer. So right there, one last burst of attack speed, and in we go. Lee goes down, Jarvan down. Twisted Fate down. Morgana down. And there goes Vayne. And remember, if you gotta take a Vayne down, you gotta do it yourself. So right here, Wukong's gonna commit suicide to Baron. He had no business going back in there. If he wanted to, he could have waited till I got there, but Shin, I can easily take this. You can see he has Blade of the Rune King for lifesteal through that. He has the Stain on his W. He has my Ardent Censer, my shield. And then all that attack speed I give him gives him more W procs. So you can see he took that with barely any damage. Now I did want to go back here, but you can see the last Nexus Tower is falling. If we had went there, we might have been able to end the game, maybe. There's always a chance the Nexus could have survived with like 1,000 hit points. I do want to say Baron was the wiser choice. So right here we're grabbing Athene so that I can turn all that mana regen I built into AP, therefore my heals, my movement speed, all that is much better. And yes, I'm aware it's 30 minutes or so in and I have not swapped out my trinket because I didn't really give a damn this game. I should also mention for Sona, I have very low priority on giving her boots because of her E. Basically, you can put the gold into better stuff, and that's why I got the boots as late as I did. The tier 1s are helpful for the early game, but tier 2, very, very low priority. So Wukong goes ahead and claims Jarvan. I was kind of tempted to type in all chat something along the lines of Jarvan, I need you to survive longer if I'm going to get any assists, but we'll save the BM for the Blitzcrank game. So right here is the final inhibitor. Look at the double super minions. And this is pretty much the end of the game. Kind of goes without saying, I imagine. So right there I drop my redemption, gives a surge of health and attack speed, and yeah. And that's all she wrote, folks. We do manage to get leave right before he goes down, and take a guess on what my ranking is this game. You'll notice I'm off dancing on the sides so they know who the boss is. So here's the moment of truth. We're going to honor Trist because she was an AD carry who didn't suck. Those are few and far between. That completes one of the levels of the arcade event. So you'll see what progress I have left. And yeah, S plus Sona. I didn't really think it was that high, but maybe it's just not a lot of people play Sona or something. But yeah. So you can see I just need to win one more game, and then we have to win a game with a Veigar on the field. I may actually be able to do the whole arcade thing yet. So right here, I don't know why the Vayne was bad-mouthing the Trist. She already left, but it didn't really matter. The thing is, like I said, the only thing that kept Vayne in the game was Twisted Fate. Once he could no longer gank, she was done. So you can see in terms of damage, I beat her. She did that poorly. In terms of damage taken, I'm the least, and yeah. So real quick, in case you're wondering, I already got Sona's box in a game before this, so I do have this one in my pocket. But anyway, that's it for now. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.